Despite some recent disappointments, there's still a lot of hope that we might see a new Animal Crossing game for the Switch 2 released or even just announced in 2026. After all, next year is 6 years since New Horizons first launched, and logically, with the huge success of the game, it's unlikely that Nintendo is going to want to wait too long before they release their next Animal Crossing game. However, there might actually be something that could be holding back the next Animal Crossing game in 2026. And it's something that is coming from Nintendo themselves. So I wanted to take a look at both sides of this and share why it could be a problem, and perhaps why it might not be as bad as some people are thinking. So I'm sure some of you have already guessed exactly what I'm going to talk about, and that is of course the release of Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. This game will be releasing in 2026, we don't know exactly when, but I think it's generally safe to assume it'll be early 2026, given the fact they announced the game way at the start of 2025, and it is an original Switch game as well. Now, of course this isn't Animal Crossing, so why should it hold back an Animal Crossing release? Well, like a lot of people have pointed out, there are a lot of similarities between the two franchises. For a start, both are life simulation games. In fact, a lot of people, when they first saw the trailer for Tomodachi Life and the kind of tropical setting, actually thought it was going to be something for Animal Crossing, which is pretty funny in hindsight. And both franchises have a huge overlap of fans. A lot of people who played Tomodachi Life back on the 3DS had just come off playing Animal Crossing New Leaf, so there's definitely a massive overlap. There's just so many things here which are pretty similar, despite the fact that of course one game is filled with Miis and one is filled with animals. And of course we do know that Nintendo is usually pretty hesitant to release two games that are pretty similar like this around the same time. They like to have a decent gap. So understandably, this has gotten a lot of people worried that because Tomodachi Life is going to be releasing on the Nintendo Switch in early 2026, that'll kind of put Animal Crossing out of the window. They're not going to want to release both games. Now, in my personal opinion, I do think there is some truth to this, at least to a certain degree. There's absolutely no way, in my opinion, that Nintendo would drop Tomodachi Life in, say, I don't know, let's pick the month April, and then also release Animal Crossing in April or May even. They're just not going to do that. It would be too much of an overlap, and it would take away players from one game and move them on to another, when instead, Nintendo of course wants all the focus on just one of those games at a time. After all, Nintendo doesn't want people to think, okay, maybe I shouldn't buy Tomodachi Life because there's a new Animal Crossing game coming out, I don't need both. They want people to buy Tomodachi Life and then go for Animal Crossing as well later on, or vice versa. So from a marketing and business point of view, there's just no way that these are going to release at the same time, so I can definitely understand why a lot of people would be worried that this might just completely put Animal Crossing off. However, one thing that I do think is important to note is there is absolutely nothing saying that a new Animal Crossing game would have to release anywhere near the same time that Tomodachi Life does. Of course, we have 12 months in a year, and both games could easily fit into that entire year. For example, we could see Tomodachi Life release in early February, and then the new Animal Crossing game could release sometime in October or even November. It's entirely possible to have quite a big gap like that, so that both games don't overlap, and by the time that one people are kind of finished with, they can release another. Of course, it seems most likely that Tomodachi Life would release first, as it is an original Switch game. It's probably already finished at this point, and it's already been announced, so I can't see any universe where a new Animal Crossing game that's currently unannounced would release before Tomodachi. And whilst both games are similar, they aren't the exact same thing at all. Both are distinct IPs. A lot of people, of course, know Tomodachi Life from the 3DS and such, so it is fairly recognizable, even if it hasn't been, available for quite a while. And of course, Animal Crossing is one of the most recognizable IPs in gaming in general. So whilst there are a lot of similar elements here, I think they're different enough to still encourage people to play both of them. And also, we have to note, we don't know what direction Animal Crossing is going to take in the next game. We also don't know how different this Tomodachi Life is going to be from the previous one, so they can do plenty of things to make these even more distinct than, say, Tomodachi Life on the 3DS and Animal Crossing New Leaf on the 3DS were. Personally, whilst I know a lot of people do compare them, I don't think Animal Crossing New Leaf and Tomodachi Life were similar at all, really. After all, you have a lot more freedom in Animal Crossing to move around and customize things and design and do all these other extra things like mini games, fishing, you know, all of that than you did in Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life was very much more like The Sims, where you would just kind of watch the characters from above, and you could influence a few things, but it was mainly watching them and see how they would get along. So yes, they are definitely similar, and I think that would be enough to stop Nintendo from releasing them too close together, but certainly not enough to stop them from releasing in the same year. And something else that I want to point out, which is very interesting, is previously, Nintendo has mentioned that they want to keep the original Nintendo Switch going, so there are experiences for people on the original Switch, as well as the new Switch 2. So, in my opinion, it seems very likely that games releasing on the original Switch, like this Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, will not really influence what's going on the Switch 2 too much, as they want there to be a distinct gaming experience between both consoles. A lot of people have been asking whether the next Animal Crossing game has a chance of releasing on the original Switch, and honestly there is a 0% chance in my opinion that will happen. They've been releasing all of their brand new exclusive games on the Switch 2, like Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. There's absolutely no way that Animal Crossing would be on both consoles. And in a sense, I feel like Tomodachi Life Living the Dream kind of fills that gap. So if you are looking for a cozy game to play on the original Switch, Tomodachi Life will be available. After all, I think they know that so many people bought the original Switch to play games like Animal Crossing, so it makes perfect sense to me to release Tomodachi Life on that console, and of course you can play it backwards compatible on the Switch 2 as well. So yeah, I'm personally not too worried about Tomodachi Life holding back the next Animal Crossing game too much. There definitely is some credence to the theory. Like I said, I don't think they'll release in the same month or too close together, but certainly it's not enough to stop them from releasing in the same year. Personally, I'm incredibly excited for Tomodachi Life, and if you are feeling a bit bored whilst you're waiting for the next Animal Crossing game, you should definitely pick it up. Put it this way, as you all know, this is an Animal Crossing channel. I mostly make Animal Crossing videos, but I am 100% going to be covering Tomodachi Life on this channel extensively. It really is the perfect game for Animal Crossing fans to also try, so I definitely recommend it, and I'll make sure to update you when we actually know when it's going to release. And of course, I'll make sure to update you if we hear anything about a new Animal Crossing game as well. So let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section below, and let me know if you're going to be picking up Tomodachi Life. Are you excited for the game? If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to comment Bob's Gang so I know you did. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe and turn on notifications for more.